All right, hello and welcome to the October forecast. This is something new I'm doing this month. It's meant for lightworkers who are here answering the call and supporting Earth's ascension. So the masters sat me down and gave me a couple of themes that they want everyone to be aware of, not just for the month of October, although I kind of set that intention that it would be for the month of October, but these are really bigger themes that we're going to be seeing play out and being, they're saying, wrapped up in for the final quarter of 2020. Okay, as with all things, take the bits that resonate, and if it doesn't resonate, just know it's not meant for you and find peace with that. Okay, so theme number 1 is actually movement. Be ready to say yes. October kicks off, so October 1st has that Aries full moon. We're all going to feel this experience of an accelerated awakening, and even those of us who are already awake, there's more coming for us. Many who have been on the path for years are going to actually get even more clarity on the work that they're here to do and how they're here to do it. So if you feel like, if you have a specific, we'll say business, a light working business, maybe you're a healer, you're going to, and you're feeling that like something's shifting. I feel like I've been working in this one way, but I just feel like it's going to change up, or I need to change it up. And so you're right on it with that, because that is kind of what's happening for so many of us. It's the beauty of evolving on the journey and getting that clarity, okay? So that's coming for so many of us that are already immersed in our mission and working through it, or working with it, working through it. Now, next up is that we have a new wave of volunteers that are going to be stepping forward, and they're going to be asking questions, and they're going to be starting their search for their mentors, their healers, their resources. So just be aware that if you are a light worker who has a business, there is going to be an influx of soulmate clients coming your way as a result of this mass awakening that's occurring over the final quarter of 2020. And I do know that many of you, because I was thinking about all of the sessions I did over the summer, so many of you were saying, I feel like nothing's happening. I feel like I'm not progressing. Just know that this final quarter is going to actually help you understand why you were in the void, why you were in this big holding pattern that you felt like is never going to change. You're just going to be stuck there. All right. So my best advice to you right now is to just keep your faith high and your head up. All right. So for those that are stepping deeper into their mission, the guidance is really to get ready to say yes, because opportunities that you thought weren't available to you, those doors are going to be blown wide open for you. With that being said, the big block that light workers are going to be dealing with towards the end of the year is imposter syndrome. So many of you are going to start to say, who am I to charge for my spiritual gifts? Who am I to increase my prices? Who am I to guide somebody through their transformation? And I want you to be very present with that, because that's merely your ego stepping forward, creating a block, creating some fear. But on the other side of that fear, if you just push through, right? That's the answer to your heart's deepest prayer, which is a life of purpose and passion and meaning. Okay, so lots of really powerful messages coming through. You might want to go back and revisit this video about halfway through the month, because you might find that it's showing up in your life in ways that you didn't anticipate. All right. Everyone is going to be approached, as I mentioned before, by individuals that your soul really remembers. And this is going to come through in a multitude of ways. So it's not just in one specific way that you're going to meet soulmates. A lot of people, I don't think many of the individuals that will watch my videos feel this way, but we know that soulmates are not just romantic connections, though that's kind of the spin that the world has put on it. But you're going to find that people who you have contracted to do this sacred work start to come into your life in the most surprising ways, right? One of the things that they keep showing me is like a person coming and literally being dropped in your lap. Right? So this is going to be not just those romantic connections. It might be business partnerships. You might stumble upon a light worker you're here to collaborate with. You might find that you really do experience an influx of dream clients coming to you and your business just explodes. All right. And then the other thing, there are going to be a lot of friendships that develop, or friendships that are taken to new levels as a result of the awakening that's transpiring. Little sip. So there are a lot of Lightworkers who are going to be fully embodying inner union by the end of 2020. And as a result of that, we're going to feel two things. One, we are going to feel how strong the light is on the planet. But we should also be prepared that there will be a denser vibration or a denser frequency that we feel in new ways, so ways that we haven't felt before. For those of you who this is really resonating for, trust when you feel those lower vibrations come up. Trust that you haven't come this far on your journey without the ability to transmute it. Get the help you need when you need it, but stay in your center. And they were going to say, I was going to say stay in your light, but they're saying stay in that balanced space of being able to play with the polarity and the duality. That's how you've gotten so far on your union journey. Okay, so if you feel like you're starting to step into that inner union, Spirit is also indicating that what they want you to do is continue to focus on your goals, your dreams, and aspirations. Don't hear, oh my gosh, it's coming close, and create some sort of block against it by changing things up. If you're resonating with inner union, you're on the path. You don't have to do anything different. You don't have to try anything new. Keep on moving the way you have been. You've come so far as a result of the ritual and cycles that you've been navigating. All right. And the other guidance that they said was, don't settle. So some of you, especially I'm hearing like with this Aries energy that we're playing with, this Aries vibration, you're going to halt the energy just before the magic happens. That's a typical Aries thing, where just shy of success, just shy of the thing occurring, they stop, they get distracted, and they kind of move on. All right, so just be mindful, especially if you have that tendency. But one of the things that they did say is don't scale back your dream in order to fit what you think is possible. Raise your vibration, raise your frequency so that you can become a magnet to this dream. All right, this is going to all happen very naturally for those of you that this message is resonating for. Excuse me. And so this is also because you know your worth and you know what you want, and you're going to be unwilling to compromise. So just watch if you start to let yourself get distracted, or let yourself start to say, well, maybe this is the payoff. Maybe this is what I actually just heard. Maybe this is like the best that I'm going to get. Don't settle. All right. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at I had a significant amount of notes. Thank you. All right, so the second big theme, and I really think this is going to resonate for so many of you, is the disenchantment that you might be feeling with the spiritual community at this time. So if you are someone who's feeling completely over and done with the spiritual community, with your purpose, with your path, the masters want you to know that it's safe for you to take that step away that you really need right now. This journey is not a sprint. I think we all know that. It's a marathon. And I think right now you're kind of getting wrapped up in this, you just got to keep going, you just got to keep going. And that is a program that we've been told from very early on. You don't have to just keep going. There's another option. There's hitting pause. There's taking a break. There's looking somewhere else. They're reminding you that there is no separation when it comes to your spiritual journey. So it's not you're taking a step off of your spiritual journey. You're just starting to approach your spiritual journey in a different way. And that's so healthy. And it's such a sign of strength to say, I cannot continue to do whatever it is that you're doing. All right. The whole point is to feel good with your human experience. You're not going back to sleep. You aren't throwing in the towel. You aren't a weak soul. Like I said, there's great strength that it takes to say, I need to take a step back. This isn't working. I'm not feeling happy with my spiritual path right now. I need to look at something else. And they did say, look at whatever you need to do. Look at whatever brings you joy, no matter how 3D or matrixy it may be or feel. Because we're not here to just like pound away at the karmic lessons. We're not here to be, dragged through the trenches. We're here to live a fully embodied, loving life. So let me just make sure I'm hitting all of their points. I loved this too. So they did indicate that you don't miss out on anything by disconnecting for a time. And in fact, so many of you, when you unplug, you're going to actually take the time that you need. And when you come back, you're going to feel so much more grounded, so much more connected, and so much more ready for the next wave of your path. They did say that it's okay, or that one of the things that those individuals that the disenchantment works or resonates with is to be okay with needing something alternative than those who you've aligned with in the past. And this goes way by maybe you kind of have a soul sister or soul brother that you've been working your spiritual journey with, and you're just feeling like you aren't aligning with one another. Be okay with allowing yourself to take a different path, to try something different while they continue maybe in the same direction because it does work for them. And then they also suggested that we pay attention to those who we need space from and how they react to us. They highlighted specifically the mentors, the teachers, the leaders that you really admire and who you really connect with, because someone who is there to guide and lead you with a very pure intention, they're going to celebrate you for doing what's right for you rather than they're saying cajole you back onto the path. And I just love that message because it's so true, right? Nobody needs to be like strong-armed on their spiritual journey. I mean, the universe does that enough, right? All right, now the third one is definitely going to be relevant for October and November. It's don't confuse advocacy with arguing. And I just loved this because it shares so much about the nature of what is going on collectively in the push towards the new earth. So it was really speaking about how we are coming together on this. It highlights how all of us are doing this together and have our own role to play. It takes the thing that they said, they had a little bit of a play on it takes a village. So they said it takes a lot of light workers to raise the new earth. And that's so true. I don't think any of us are under the impression we could do it alone. I mean, my gosh, why would we even want to? So in the upcoming months, we're going to see a lot of light workers getting very vocal about social causes that matter. And we've already been seeing this. So it's very important for those of us who are in roles as, they're having me go back. It's very important for those who are here in the role as advocate to feel supported by those of us who are here to hold the light. So if you know you're here to hold the light, then you're going to hold it so that your sisters and brothers who are here to play that advocate role or to lead vocally are supported. Watch for those who are advocating and rise to be with them, right? Maybe reach out to them, let them know I'm here for you. I'm hearing you. Not I'm just here for you, but I'm hearing you. These are the individuals that are sharing knowledge and who are educating others. They're not the individuals out there using scare tactics, generating fear, or arguing with people. And that was the big distinction they wanted everybody to know, especially I know I spoke a couple of weeks ago about people going back into the matrix, and there's a big difference here because those who are advocating, we need them. We need to raise awareness. We need individuals who are educated on social justice, who know about equal rights. We need them to be able to be the lighthouse for right now, but those individuals can't do it alone. They need all of us to be behind them, anchoring the light, loving them, dousing them with unconditional love, not saying, oh, because you're advocating, you're in the matrix. There's a big difference, and they really wanted us to acknowledge that distinction, to make that distinction. All right. And so I have in big bold letters, they are not in the matrix. The next one is that they're rising and doing what they are here to do. And so please honor that. This is part of the great collaboration that we all signed up for. So when we were just souls up there, down here, wherever we are, when we made these commitments, we said, okay, your gift is using your voice to advocate. My gift is calling down the light and putting it down into the grid. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Now, they did indicate that it goes both ways, and we saw this a little bit in June, or I saw this in June, where if for the light workers who weren't, vocalizing, who weren't blasting on social media, they were told that they're not light workers because they're not speaking up for humanity. But what they said is it does work both ways. So advocates need to recognize that other people are doing their part. Other people are here to play a very different role. And so just to trust that everybody's doing what they're here to do. Everybody's, the phrase that comes through quite a bit is stay in their lane, right? When they stay in their lane, it doesn't mean when you're driving and you're in your lane, you're not ignorant of the things that are going on around you. You just know that you have a path that you need to follow, and you're going to follow it. Right? So not to swerve because people get hurt. Same thing is applying here. And they really wanted everybody to start to look at this time in history as one that's going to be able to draw us closer rather than draw us apart. We already see how many of us are being drawn apart from our soul family because we haven't acknowledged the difference in paths. And so that's kind of where they're at with us right now. They want everyone to take a look at the people in your network and honor them for doing the role that they are here to do. And honor your own role as well. Don't cave in. If you know, I will be honest, I know that I'm not here as an advocate. So I know that I have to stay anchored in my light and stay anchored in my purpose, and then show up energetically for my soul family who is here to advocate. And I know, because my soul family and I have had a very open conversation about it, they know that I'm doing what I'm here to do and that I'm there for them. And I also recognize that they're here for me. Okay. And so the final thing, this was really a self-inquiry they want everyone to sit with, every single one of us. They're asking, are you willing to let go of the pain in your past or of your past to allow for a most abundant future? So now that Saturn has worked itself direct, we still have retrograde. We're gonna still be feeling that. A lot of karmic cycles have closed. A lot of relationships have ended, and these aren't just relationships with romantic partners. It could be with soul family. It could that are not romantic in nature. Business partners may have walked away from one another. And if there's any feelings of bitterness or resentment or anger or judgment or shame even, it's time to figure out how you can truly let it go, let it be, let it rest, so that you can start looking forward instead of looking back. It's going to take a lot of anchoring into your present. It's going to take a lot of time to sit with, and this is the uncomfortable part, sit with your part in the dynamic, not putting everything off on the other individual, but really owning maybe if you did something or you weren't working in your highest vibration or for the highest good of all, and find a way to make peace with it. And once you make peace with it, you'll be able to send a lot of love into the past. You'll be able to stay really centered and grounded in the present, knowing that so much abundance is coming your way. Okay? So I do hope that you enjoyed this forecast. I think there's a lot of clarity. There's a lot of, I know some people might be triggered by me saying exciting stuff, but that is how I view it. I think 2020, the end of it, well into 2021, it is going to be exciting. It's going to be really transformational for us on individual levels, but also collectively as well. We're going to start to really see how the new earth is on the approach. All right. So in the comments of the video, or in the caption of the video, I am going to drop links. I did energy forecasts for October for each of the elements. So if you're an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, there is a reading for you. The same thing with the water, the air, and the fire. I will drop links to those readings. And we do have the Wild-Hearted Collective, which our October release is obviously on October 1st, but bonuses for October, I'm doing a channeled workshop on Sunday, October 4th. You can always catch the replay on how to channel your future. So how to bring this big, beautiful vision you have for yourself right on into the present moment. And then we also have a past life regression with Jane Andrianova on October 11th. So it's just going to be so exciting and fun to explore our history, our soul's history, and also start to gear up for its future, its magic. Okay, so all of those links are going to be provided. Go ahead and take a look. So much love, so much light. Have a beautiful day and a wonderful October. Bye.